I think the very shortest thing I can say about the building is that it's open in all means. It's open in its way to be used, it's open in a way it looks from the outside, and on the inside possibilities are open.
I think a very good word to describe the qualities of this building is informal. I mean that less as an architectural term, but more as a quality for the user and the campus itself. So when you look at the campus as a social entity, a lot of the learning happens in between students, in the social interaction, the one-to-one conversations, and less in the formal teaching processes. So it's in that way an alternative to the lecture hall, let's say, where you have one person lecturing many students.
Actually, the idea of this building was born at a quite informal lunch with our vice president of the university. We were talking about the lack of student working places for our architectural students. But in the process of the construction, the other faculties looked at this place and said, oh, we also want to have some place for our students. And so now it's for all the students of all the departments. And that's the advantage of this building, that it gets kind of center of the whole university. It's better than we thought. The fluid space, the possibility to change the space. This was the point which made them the winning team compared to the other ones.
The competition brief was asking for a house for desk space, and we were thinking that, okay, but this could mean much more than just desk space. And we started researching student groups that organize themselves in so-called drawing rooms, especially the architecture faculty. We were wondering what the architecture could be like that promotes this kind of activity. And so we decided that it has to be a very undefined space, a space that is able to adapt, and a space that can be changed by the students. And a space that has a small scale, and it has, let's say, qualities of domestic space, like a kind of living room. So that's why we designed these flexible curtains, and we have this very loose furniture, and we have no walls. Everything is kind of equally distributed in the space. So there's also a sense of democracy. Everyone is equal in here. There's no bad area. Everyone has the same access to daylight.
We wanted to create a building that really celebrates student culture, so that gives students a space where they are in charge of and that they can organize themselves. In a way, it's a public building that anyone can use. Even the neighbors could potentially go in. There's no form of control of who enters the building or how it's used. It's very much up to the user, and the user decides how the space performs. This is a new kind of freedom that this architecture intends to achieve.
Mostly I come for my own, but I meet friends here. If you work alone, you take one chair and one table and put it where you want. If you work in groups, you can put two tables together and then work together. It's a free working space.
It feels like a big room. It's not like a building with 2 floors, it's like more of a big room. You can go outside, you can talk with your friends outside, and then you can go back. It's not like this strong border between workspace and free time space. It connects it a little bit more.
It's full of life and people using this building inside and out. It's probably too much to say it's the first stone of something, but when I look at this building, I see a really lovely mixture of interactions that we don't have at this university so far. And when I think about the future campus, the future of this university, then I see buildings that replicate this kind of feeling or this kind of flair that we find in here.
The building is designed as a superstructure that is a hybrid construction of steel and timber. And the structure of the building is based on a module and a grid of 3 by 3 by 3 meters, which are organized into a 3-dimensional spatial matrix. Floor plates, handrails, stairs, walls that can be inserted into this structure pretty much anywhere you like, and therefore it creates this large spatial complexity where you can create double height spaces, you can create islands that are connected with bridges. So there's a very flexible and multifunctional circulation patterns that happen here.
The way it's organized with these platforms and these bridges and these stairs, it's meant to be a space where you can randomly bump into each other. So it's a bit of a counter model to, let's say, the digital sphere, where you don't accidentally meet people.
One of the biggest challenges when designing this building was this idea that the structure of the building is also the technical infrastructure of the building, so that it carries all the electricity and the lighting inside. It intends to give a maximum freedom and flexibility to the floor plan.
We were interested in the idea of designing a building that can be changed and is not necessarily fixed to a certain location. So this building is more like a plug-in module that we placed here at the University of Braunschweig. It could also be at another university. It doesn't claim to be site-specific in its kind of urbanistic idea. It's more about the social idea, about students that come together. And so this building is designed very light, and the idea is that you can actually take it apart and maybe bring it to another location one day. And it's a contribution to the idea of sustainability, the idea about demountability, design for disassembly. It doesn't claim to be the answer for all questions, but it is opening up a discourse about the way we look at modular construction.
For me personally, there's a genuine interest in the power of architecture and the potential it carries. It always means some sort of social agenda and collective agenda. It's about bringing people together. It's about communication. It's about trying to translate a material system into something informal that happens between people.